friends, welcome to the world of learning and growing. I am Dr. Pournima Kale. I am currently pursuing my MD in Radiation Oncology, and today I am here to tell you that I eat a live frog every morning. Surprised? Yes, I do. So tell me, is there anything worse than having to eat a live frog every day first thing in the morning? No, right? So then I can rest assured that all the other things that come along the day will be easier for me. So this is the mindset of the productive giants. This concept was originated by a living legend, Brian Tracy, in his book Eat That Frog. I've recently read this book and I've come across such great content in this book that I could not wait for you all to know this. There's a hack to make it more doable. So let it be any exam, NEET, PG, civil services exam, UPSC, MPSC. There is one hack to achieve your dream branch, your dream post, or your dream result. So you would ask, how can I get there? So let's dive right into it. The first and foremost thing is to set the table right. Always start with clarity. So decide what you want, go through your entire syllabus and decide a projected score that you would want to achieve that dream branch, that dream post, or whatever you want. Then write it down. Always think on paper, because writing it down gives you more clarity and gives directions to your thought, which will help you get closer to your goal. The next important rule is to set a deadline. So whenever we set a deadline, we give ourselves time frame in which we have to complete the desired goal, and therefore we make a sense of urgency, which helps us to procrastinate less and do more. Then make a plan. Make a plan of all of the things that you would like to do to achieve the desired goal by making a list of things that you would want to achieve. And the next most important part is take action immediately. It can be a baby step. So start with just 5 MCQs or reading one book or one page, or it can be even just opening your note. So do that. Take action every day. This is the sure shot time tested formula for success. So let's begin right now. So second important thing is to plan every day in advance, because every minute spent in planning saves as much as 10 minutes in execution. Therefore, as we've already made a list of everything that we need to do and have already made a plan in the first point, so we have to execute on that plan. Whenever you work from a list, you have to always update that list according to the necessary changes and the things that you face in your daily life. So there are 4 important lists that you have to make. One is the master list. That is everything that you want to do to achieve that one desired goal. Second is the monthly list. So what small steps or what small things you want to achieve in a month, that will be your monthly list. Third is the weekly list. Now divide the things that you have planned in the monthly list into smaller versions into the weekly list. And number 4 is daily list. So this is all the things, all the tasks that you will do in that single day to achieve that higher goal. So this is breaking your goals down into smaller parts and making it more doable and enjoying the journey throughout. Number 3 is to apply the 80-20 principle. So 80-20 principle practically exists everywhere. So pertaining to this, I would like to tell you that 80% of your question paper comes from the 20% of the syllabus that there is to study. So how to find this 20%? This is a very conscious decision that you have to make by pertaining to all of the resources available, like last year question papers or the frequently asked questions and the most important and relevant topics. So apply that 80-20 rule and focus on the 20% to get that 80% result. Number 4 is to consider the consequences. So it happens that we tend to burn out studying for extended periods of time, and it happens to everybody. And therefore, I would recommend that you study with a group of friends or in a library or a reading room, because whenever we try to procrastinate on our subject or on our reading, we can at least have a look at everybody around and consider the consequences, because you are going to face these people, and if they are studying and you are not studying, then you might feel a bit of FOMO and start studying there and there. So always consider the long-term consequences while you want to procrastinate on whatever you have to do today. Number 5 is practice the ABCDE method. Now this is a very interesting concept. This means that we have to make a list of everything that we have to do. So arrange it in a list according to the priority. So we have to divide a task into the task A, that is the most important thing. So these can be the subjects which are important and form a major bulk of your exams, but you are weak at it. So this subject or this topics becomes your task A. This is your biggest frog and you have to eat it first. Then task B are the tasks which are more important but not as much important as the task A. So you prioritize accordingly. Number C is good to know topics or the things that are not very important for your exam point of view but you cannot avoid missing. The task D are the tasks which you can delegate. So these are the some odd topics that you can delegate it to your friends to teach them, or you could discuss over a coffee break or a tea break. So these tasks does not need much of your time and don't waste time over it. And task E are the tasks that you can avoid. So there are a few topics which are very rarely asked, or most of the things are never asked from that topic, and there are few questions that come. So I would want you to study only that part and leave out the rest, because as you know that everybody cannot remember everything and you also have to follow the 80-20 formula. Number 6 is to focus on key areas. We all know our strengths and we all know our weaknesses also. So this is individual and therefore we have to personalize our studying. Whatever you are good at, give less time to it, because whatever you are weak at, somebody else is good at it. So focus on the key areas, the important topics, the important subjects. You have to know it. There is no way out. You cannot afford losing marks on the topics which are most frequently asked. So you have to focus on these key areas. Number 7 is obey the law of forced efficiency. Understand that nobody can read and retain everything that there is. So what differentiates the top rank holders from the people who could not qualify for the exams is that they know what they should know. So you also have to focus on the same thing. Know what you should know and leave out all the rest. You have to be efficient in your time and mind management. Number 8 is prepare thoroughly before you begin. So set the table right. As I've already told you, that start with cleaning your room or cleaning your desk, because too many things clutter our mind and it makes us more difficult to understand and retain what we are reading. A cleaner space gives the mind a space to breathe and understand better. So before you sit to study, keep your chair comfortable, take everything that you need, a water bottle, pen, pencil, phone, headsets, and set the mood right. So prepare yourself mentally to do the task at hand and to study for a particular hour and then only get up. So therefore, whenever you prepare in advance, you tend to sit for longer hours. Number 10 is leverage your special talents. You are unique and you have the thing or a strength that nobody else does. So we have to leverage that. It can be anything. It can be sitting for longer hours, reading faster, understanding any subject better, or anything else. So we have to leverage that strength of ours and focus on that area so that we could plan our study schedule or day according to that and make the most of it. Number 11 is identify your key constraints. So as we all have our strengths, we all have our weaknesses. So when we are aware about our weaknesses, we could focus it on better. So if your concentration span is less, I would prefer to do a Pomodoro technique. That is, study in the time frame of 20 to 25 minutes and then take a 5 to 10 minutes break. So we have a concept of primacy and recency in our mind. So what we read first and last is what we remember the most, and what we read in the middle is the things we forget. Therefore we create smaller blocks of studying. Therefore we can make those primacy and recency divide into many parts, and therefore we could retain better. So follow that Pomodoro technique by studying in a time frame of 20 to 25 minutes, and then you can gradually build upon it. These are just a few things that this book has to offer. There are many more insights that I would like to share, but just practice these for the next 7 days, and we'll get back next week with some more interesting things from this book, because this is a densely filled paperback which every one of us have to read. So see you in the next week. Happy reading and cheers.